There, let's talk about energizing the cosmic computer. I'm Eric Steinhardt. You can learn more about me at ericsteinhardt.com. So let's start with the Platonic image. I've built up this image in a number of videos and other publications. And at the top we have the sun, that's the good. What do we got at the bottom? At the bottom the water symbolizes non-being. We have the earth rising from the water, which symbolizes being itself, or the one. And out of this we get the sky rising up. Those arc lines indicate the sky of abstract forms rising into the Platonic heaven. And there we have the world tree, a tree of cosmic forms and universes. And of course, once again, the form of the good, the sun overall. The good, there it is, shining like the sun and shooting out bolts of lightning down into the world below. And these bolts of lightning strike from the good up at the top all the way down to the earth, at the one at the bottom, to energize the forms. And they energize the world tree, the tree of cosmic forms. So this tree becomes energized by a bolt of lightning from the good. There it is in a kind of cartoonish diagram, lightning striking a cosmic form. If you'll remember, in other videos I've discussed how we can use binary numbers to represent cosmic forms, because binary numbers can be interpreted as computer programs, and they can also be interpreted as pure sets. So we have a tree of binary forms, that's the world tree, rising up out of the one, symbolized by the existential quantifier, the backwards E. And the good shoots out this bolt of lightning, right, which bolt of lightning from the sky, which strikes, in this case, the form 1-1, obviously a simple, trivial example. And when it strikes that, the form gets actualized, and so it now is no longer the eternal pattern or cosmic form, but now an actual universe. And there I'm using the dodecahedron, which Plato used, a Platonic solid that Plato used in the Timaeus, as the shape of the universe. So our universe has a cosmic structure. There's a kind of Platonic structure, that's actually from Kepler, much later, but it's got a geometrical form. And this was a geocentric universe with the Earth at the center, surrounded by some water, then air, then fire, and then all the planets and stars, right? So a geocentric universe. Now, the geocentric universe can be computed. The motions of the stars can be computed. And here's an image of an ancient computer. This is an image of the Antikythera mechanism found off the coast of Greece a little while ago. And it's been reconstructed, and here it is. Tony Freeth has done a lot of work rebuilding the Antikythera mechanism, and you can see it's quite a complicated mechanism on the inside. Lots of gears tracing out the planetary motions and various planets moving on that front dial. You can set the rear dial to various times. So this is a computer. It's a cosmic computer, and it shows that if you can build a computer that computes the universe, in some sense the universe is also a computer, kind of an early Greek, late Roman simulation argument. But this is a modern computer, right? Looks a little different than the Antikythera mechanism, but the principles are really pretty similar. So we've got a modern digital computer with a CPU, and we've got energy, right? Energized digits flowing through this chip, this CPU, right? And digital energy flows through all the channels in the CPU. Here's a very simple integrated circuit diagram, an extremely simple CPU, but you can see the channels etched for the flow of electrons, digital pulses of energy. And you can see them flowing through logic gates, right? The little gates that are NOR gates or NAND gates and AND gates. You can see the different colors flowing from the inputs A, B, C to the outputs S and C, right? This is a simple kind of digital circuit, and the colored lines indicate the flow of digital bits of information, energized bits of information from the left to the right. Where do we find computers like this in our universe? Well, here's the solar system. So where are we going to find some solar computers? Well, the sun. Well, how does the sun compute? The sun computes in its core. Well, what does that mean? That sounds a little silly, saying that the sun is a computer and it computes in its core. What does the core of our sun do? It does hydrogen fusion. It fuses hydrogen, one proton, right, 1H, meaning a hydrogen with one proton, into 2H, hydrogen with a proton in red and a neutron in gray there, right, deuterium. And when the two hydrogens come together in that little spark, that yellow spark, they emit also a white positron, and the little nu symbol, that little V-like looking symbol, is also a little emission of energy. And so we get one hydrogen, and one hydrogen makes a hydrogen with two particles in it. And that's one hydrogen plus one hydrogen yields two hydrogen. That looks like the equation 1 plus 1 goes to 2, a kind of computation with using atoms, or using the particles in atoms, the nucleons in atoms, as our counters, kind of like an abacus. Here's another one, fusion of two hydrogens to helium-3, the fusion of deuterium and a single hydrogen to helium, which has two protons and one neutron. And that's like the equation 1H plus 2H equals 3He for helium. 1 plus 2 yields 3. Don't want to quite say equals there, but 1 plus 2 yields 3 through this nuclear reaction. Here's a fusion of three helium atoms into three component outputs, one hydrogen, four helium, and one hydrogen. That's a more complex transformation, right? It shows us a reaction not quite the same as addition, right? 3 helium plus 3 helium yields 4 helium plus 1 hydrogen plus 1 hydrogen. And that's like 3 plus 3 yields 4 plus 1 plus 1, right? And both sides are balanced. 3 plus 3 is 6. 4 plus 1 plus 1 is also 6. So it's a transformation. It's a computational transformation. Transformation of some numbers into some other numbers. There we have a similar thing with the fusion of two helium 4s into a beryllium, right? So 4 helium plus 4 helium yields 8 beryllium, 8 being the number of protons and neutrons, and that's just like 4 plus 4 equals 8. I shouldn't say equals, 4 plus 4 is transformed into 8. This is energized information. We have a hydrogen and a hydrogen yields a deuterium, 1 plus 1 yields 2. This is energized information. Energized digital bits of information are passing through computations in our universe. And this is Eric Steinhardt. You can learn more about me at ericsteinhardt.com. Thanks.